Hi, Edward Unthank here. Have you recently been dealing with a top level executive mandate to use AI in your company and you don't really know where to get started? Well, you got to start somewhere. So let me help you out. The first thing is to know is that AI consulting, and the major one in 2025 and below, has not been much of a real thing other than automation and spam engines. What we need to figure out as the corporate mandate is how to achieve extraordinary quality and effectiveness via these technologies. So there are some things that you can use immediately. There's the vibe coding tools, and that means colloquially being able to talk something into truth and then having a co-working like Claude coworker, being able to come up with marketing content and a marketing website at extraordinary speeds. That's one. Another way is to rethink about and start to work on a basis of how do we have a system that's business trackable and can have a business source of truth where anyone that we're talking about is working on, and agents individually are working on a project management system that we all share and is all visible. You need to latch AI into existing tools that your company already uses, and that is a fast path in order to get there. First thing you need to do is if you have an AI mandate from the top level, is you need to go talk to your security team and figure out what tools you're allowed to use and which ones what you're allowed to do with them. A terrible situation is that you spin up your own private jet GBT and then you put personally identifiable information or your customer database into anything like that. That is an absolute do not do that. You need to figure out by the company policy what is the technology that you're allowed to use. And that, for example, is where Google Gemini has already a foothold and advantage across everything else because it's already secured. But there are net new companies like Claude and like any new large language model. And we need to look at all of those large language models and evaluate them, but need to figure out how to basically use humans as the primary source and then AI as a tool to multiply out the content that can be created by that primary source. That means talking with a subject matter expert, getting him to talk on camera, and then going through and getting a transcription of what that person's saying, and then turning those into marketing artifacts, which is the individual things like blog posts and social media posts and anything else that might be out there. But it's a matter of responsibly deploying AI mandates and showing that you can do greater things, not just a race to the bottom and no effort required to do things. It's unlocking the things that have not been possible until right now. And that is the greatest gains. So first, start with your tech team. Make sure that with your AI and security, with your security team, and then make sure that you can see an approved tool list. And then from that, you can use those as an individual employee. And then you need to be looking at the AI first technology stack and then start to build towards that model where things can be done at extraordinary microsecond speeds and build up a world towards that. And we have to solve for things like visibility on the tools where we can actually see what's happening and that we have human in the loop checks so that we're not having automated spam going out and destroying reputation at extraordinary speeds and scale. Those are your starting places. You need to figure out what is in the technology. You need to follow people who are describing what these are, and you need to go learn however you can, as quickly as you can, because we're in an AI race. And that is why there are top level mandates happening. So it's our job to figure out how to run at extraordinary logarithmic speeds. Let's go do it.